That does it. Climbing back upon Mount Soapbox for another rant. And there's a reason why I decided to start some other series, like my ideas series, my thought series, because I didn't want to feel like I was overdoing it when I came to my rant series. And I decided a while back that I would only climb upon Mount Soapbox once again to do a rant if there was a really good reason for ranting. And guess what? There is a great reason to rant. The post-Moonshiner rant is what I'm calling this. Because, look, this game has had its issues since the launch of the beta. Most of us know that, unfortunately. But to some degree, it's gotten better. And unfortunately, some things have stayed the same when it comes to Red Dead Online. And it seems like when sometimes things get fixed and there's another update or a patch, things get to be magically unfixed. So one of the things that allegedly was supposed to be fixed with the Moonshiner update was the camp pitching issue. Now, for a week, it seemed to be fixed, but most recently, it's been happening again. And this is just the beginning of my grievances with this game and with Rockstar. Other issues that haven't gone away. The disconnect issues still happen. Now, it would be one thing if it was every once in a while we got a disconnect, and on a very extreme, rare occasion, we got a game crash, but unfortunately, myself and many others on multiple consoles, PS4, Xbox One, and PC, have had some problems with the game when it comes to it still disconnecting and on occasion still crashing, as in PS4's infamous blue screen of death. Another issue that has popped up once again, thanks to the Moonshiner update, is animal not spawning, or lack of animals spawning in a lobby, and it appears to be based on the number of people in a lobby. For example, there are currently 21 people in this lobby, and usually you have a better chance of finding more animals roaming around the map of Red Dead Online whenever there's less people. Now, fortunately for me right now, obviously there's animals. Hungry wolves looking to make a delicious meal out of my PS4 character and Galaxy Traveler, his trusty steed. So, hooray! At least we have those animals to contend with. But a lot of times, you'll find yourself roaming around Red Dead Online with a lobby full of 20 plus players and no animals. Now, the solution could be to simply jump to a different lobby. But one thing I have noticed that has been happening a lot more lately is the infinite loading screen bug. And it's happening for a variety of issues. One of those issues is if you try to jump to a different lobby, it seems to happen. Well, at the very least, it happens to me. And by the way, if there's any issues that I mentioned that has occurred to you and anything else entirely, any other bugs, issues, problems with the game post-Moonshiner, feel free and leave it below in the comment section. So back to the loading screen issue. I find myself on multiple occasions having to jump lobbies because the camp won't pitch or I'm not finding any animals. And I sit there. Minutes go by. 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes plus. And yet I sit and there's no loading. It just keeps sitting there. The revolver icon keeps spinning and spinning and spinning. And finally, I have no choice but to close the app and start over. Now, it's also been happening for Moonshiner cell missions, which is another one I'm about to get into. Oh, yeah. I mean, there's a reason why this is called post-Moonshiner Rant, because moonshining is a big to-do about it. Now, for those of you that watched my Moonshiner review video, a lot of the cons I may be repeating here. So, yeah, I've noticed that when it comes to attempting to do a Moonshiner cell mission or even a bootlegger mission, I think even sometimes the Moonshiner story missions, sometimes it'll put you into the infinite loading screen. I'm sure there's other instances that occur as well, which cause the same thing to happen. The infinite loading screen that a lot of us are complaining about, and unfortunately having to close app whenever it occurs. Now, when it comes to the Moonshiner business, it's an okay new role. It's nothing special. Some people like it, some people dislike it. But I'm glad that Rockstar is adding more roles to the game. I just wish that these roles actually functioned properly. Case in point. So, a couple times over the past few days, I went down the shack to the basement to see Marcel, and I purchased some mash for some moonshine. I even flavored the moonshine. And lo and behold, at least twice now, that production magically disappears. Magically goes away. Either A, Marcel is selling it off the side, or B, there's another issue with the game. Now, just earlier, before starting this rant, this was what really set me off. This is what finally made me say, that's it, enough is enough. I've been throwing out various complaints in live streams, and it's been getting closer and closer to me getting to this point. But I finally have gotten my Moonshine Shack on PS4 up to where I'm making the really good quality moonshine, right? The really good stuff. And I tried to sell it. Now, I had to deal with the revenue agents, and the revenue agents, as some of you know, are nice aimbots, obviously made a little bit more difficult. By the way, why can't we have a scythe as a weapon, Rockstar? Off topic. Anyways, so I get through it, right? Just me, delivering a wagon, fighting off the revenue agents. Fortunately, got the tonics, got the health boost up. I got it done. I had plenty of time. And it does the this whole thing, right? The cinematic thing. Like this. And that's all it does. It sits there for a moment. I get off the wagon disappears. And it doesn't say mission passed. It doesn't say moonshine delivered. It doesn't tell me if I made any money or any roll XP that would go towards the Moonshiner roll. Nothing. So I was fortunate enough to play on my PS4 Pro, which has, as some of you know, a built-in game capture. I hit the game capture button to save that video file, and I went back into my video. And I looked before and after the sale. Now, before I had, and look, I know I have money in the game. It's not about the money, okay? Some of you are going to complain it's about the money. No. It's about the fact the game's broken and has issues. It wouldn't matter if I had $400 or over $40,000. So prior to me starting the moonshine sale, I had $41,521. Now, this was like an over $200 moonshine sale. So you would think that I would, after the conclusion of the sale, have $41,700 plus dollars, right? Wrong. I had $41,519, which means I was not paid money or XP for that moonshine sale. It did not register. And I know for a fact I'm not the only one that has had this same issue occur. And also, the horse freeze issue is happening again. I don't know if it's because of the snow, but on both PS4 and Xbox One, I have experienced this where I'll get on my horse and it won't move. Now, a lot of you know the tricks to prevent that. You dismiss your horse, you recall your horse, or you get on another horse, you travel far enough away for the horse to despawn, then you call it back. That's not a big deal. It just sucks that issue's back. Another freeze that I witnessed Sunday during my Xbox One live stream is I was at the butcher's table and my character froze. She wouldn't move. And I was even hitting the interaction menu. Like, that wouldn't pop up. Then I hit the pause menu. This wouldn't pop up. So there's no way for me to get out of it other than closing the app on the game. And by the way, I had to close the app during my live stream 3 times. Twice for the infinite loading screen bug. So this is not just happening over here on the PS4. It's also happening on Xbox One. Now, it seems like it might be a little bit better on PC. It seems like it because I've been playing a little bit on PC. And even though there's, same amount of people in the lobby, the animals are still spawning over on PC. So I don't know what magic is happening that's making PC apparently work a little bit better than console. But bear in mind, this game has been out on console for over a year, and you think by now some of these issues that have been plaguing the game should have been resolved with these various patches and updates. But they haven't been. And going back to the Moonshine issue real quick. Now, one way to earn roll XP towards the Moonshiner and even supposedly reduce the mash cost is to do the bootleg missions. Now, I was just thinking that maybe it was just me being delusional, being crazy, whenever it would say, mash cost reduced. And then I would go do it, after I did a sale, and I would think, wait a minute, that price doesn't look reduced, Marcel. And sure enough, others have been complaining about this as well. So obviously, it's not just me that's not getting a reduce in mash costs. So you compile all these issues together. Because look, no game is perfect these days. There's always going to be bugs and glitches and issues and other nonsense that we have to contend with. And as most of you know that are my regular viewers, you know I love this game. I've been playing it since launch. I've been enduring the times of the beta. And in a lot of ways, the game has gotten better over the past year. But in other ways, it's not so much better. Because of the fact that without the camp, you can't do the trader mission. And speaking of the camp, going to the trader mission real quick. One thing I did just before starting this rant video was I went to go do a resupply mission. And the same issue arose. I make the delivery and I do not get credit for the resupply. I didn't get any XP, and I went to the butcher's table and clearly I had none of the resupply there. It was gone. And I think that this had happened last week as well. So that's another problem that's in the game. And maybe I'm just hitting the tip of the iceberg with just this list. Because I'm sure some of you have experienced other problems in the game. A few of you have mentioned to me that you've been getting, I guess they're calling it, rolling block snipe from a distance. Apparently players can now snipe other players from a pretty remarkable distance with a sniper rifle. A little bit further away than they should be able to. And something similar happened to me during my PS4 live stream on Saturday when I was doing yet another Moonshine sale, and somebody hit my wagon with explosive ammo, and their dot wasn't anywhere near me. It wasn't. You think that they'd have to first and foremost be close enough for their blue dot to appear in order for them to be in proximity to where they could actually hit my wagon and hit me with a explosive round from their sniper rifle. I've tried it before in PvP, and if a player's far enough away, it doesn't affect them. By the way, I was also in defensive, so obviously that didn't work too well. And there are plenty of times when the game takes you out of defensive mode when you're in defensive mode. So, yeah, this game, despite as much as I love Red Dead Online, and I sincerely want it to succeed. I want them to continue adding new roles to it. I want people to enjoy playing this game. It is extremely difficult to do so if people cannot access their camp. And this is an issue that Rockstar was bragging about, that they had fixed the camp issue. So let's try it in Henniganstead this time. In the Great Plains. We were in Henniganstead earlier. And look, what a surprise. What a shock. What a plot twist. Once again, the camp's not working properly. You feel like sometimes when you're doing something you enjoy doing and you all of a sudden see a whole bunch of issues start to pop up, like in, I don't know, a video game. What happens is when people start to notice these issues, Rockstar, everything that I've mentioned, camp not pitching, disconnects continuing to occur along with game crashes, animals not spawning in overpopulated lobbies of players, infinite loading screen bugs for a variety of reasons, whether it's the Moonshiner sell business, bootlegger, story missions, or simply because you want to jump to a different lobby to get away from, say, a griefer, or you want to jump to a different lobby because in your current lobby there are no animals because you want to do some hunting and you want to you work on your trader role, but you can't work on your trader role because the camp's not appearing. Or with the newest role that you pay 25 bars of gold for, the Moonshiner role, your production magically disappears. And whenever you do a sell mission over $200 worth, after enduring the revenue agents, fighting them off, making it from point A to point B, upon completion of your delivery, what do you get for your trouble? Nothing. No money. No roll XP towards the Moonshiner. And these issues continue to mount in this game, Rockstar. And I'm sure in the comment section, those of you right now are fiercely typing away, adding to that list. At the very least, if you have some of the similar issues that I've had, feel free and leave them below in the comment section. And I'm going to @Rockstar with this video. I don't know if they're going to watch it. I don't know if they care. I would like to believe they do. They always ask us for our feedback. Well, here's some feedback for you, Rockstar. Your game is starting to feel a little broken. And this is coming from not a hater of Red Dead Online. This is coming from somebody that's been playing this game since the launch of the beta over a year ago. If it's a server issue that's causing all these problems, Rockstar, how about giving us some dedicated servers? That wouldn't suck. I mean, you're a multi-billion-dollar company. You think over the years of having online games like Grand Theft Auto Online and now Red Dead Online, you would take pride in wanting to give your fan base, the gamers, those of us that play Red Dead Online and Grand Theft Auto Online, the best experience possible by having good quality servers, like dedicated servers. I'm surprised over the past 6 years since the launch of Grand Theft Auto Online and now over the past year of Red Dead Online, we still, for whatever rhyme or reason, don't have dedicated servers. Now, I don't know if that would solve the problems that this game has. It's a step in the right direction. I don't know if having multiple lobby types would solve the problem. But I do feel like that as of right now, on console, having over 21 players in a lobby is causing at least one issue. The animal spawn. Probably the other issue with the camps not properly spawning. So maybe you should reduce the size of the lobbies. And just a few days ago, they had to make an announcement that they had disabled Posse Versus. Not a big deal, because apparently it was causing game crashes, but it obviously is not the only problem in this game. So Rockstar, if you could seriously, please, fix this game. I don't know what you have to do. Do you have to take the game offline for a couple days? You did it for Grand Theft Auto Online a few times over the years. Maybe that's a solution. Maybe over the holidays, I don't know, maybe after Christmas or something, you should make an announcement. You're taking the servers offline for a day or two to clean something up. Whatever's causing these bugs isn't going away, no matter how many updates and patches you put out there. And how much gig space it's taken up on our computers, on our PS4s and Xbox Ones. We're still having these same problems, and more problems and issues continue to mount with each new update. Now, I don't say all this stuff because I hate Rockstar games or I hate this game. Obviously, that couldn't be further from the truth. But I do not wear rose-colored glasses. I call it like I see it. And despite how much I enjoy playing this game and how badly myself and many others out there want Red Dead Online to succeed with future roles, heists, other content, maybe even a Mexico expansion one day and whatnot, you are bleeding fans. You are bleeding this community with all these issues that I have cited and all the problems that others are putting down below in the comment section, Rockstar. I don't know what needs to be done in order to fix these problems, but a lot of these have been going on for over a year, or at least half a year now. Rockstar, please fix this game.